Hello viewers. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a getting started on a game called Dawn of Man. It's a city builder god mode type game, so if you're into that, it's worth checking out. It's been around for a few years. And I still play it. I think it's still fun if you're into those types of games. It's got a Stone Age setting, and we're going to go ahead and we'll start out here. You're going to look at, and you can name your settlement if you want to. Uh, Locations, game modes, starting conditions. We'll go with settled. And I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to start by the Forest River. That way we've got some trees nearby, we got a river nearby, we can do some fishing. Jump right in here. All right, we're going to start off here. We got our settlers. We have a couple of animal hide tents and a crafter. We have 7 people, 2 of which are children. They're not going to be overly useful until they grow up. And we also have a wood pile. So starting out, we're going to want to do a few things. First of all, I'm going to shut the auto production for skins outfits off for the moment. Currently, we're going to be using our tents for storage for food. One of the first things currently in spring, you can see springs here, it's got the temperature. One thing you have to watch out for is the workload balance. There's no tasks currently, but if you overwork your people, things will start to not get done. You also have your population capacity and knowledge. There's a knowledge tree where you can unlock things and move your way through the eras. Uh, Doing so, those you see over here, we've got animals you can hunt. There's an ancient bison. There's woolly mammoths, cave bears. Here's a woolly rhino. As you progress through the eras, some of the animals you can hunt will change. Woolly mammoths will go extinct eventually, and so on. You'll also need to create tools. Right now, all we've got is wooden spears and wooden harpoons. Generally not a good idea to go hunting a woolly rhino with wooden spears. You're going to get a bunch of your people unalived. So, first thing we're going to do down here, you got your menu, build menu, place work area, manage. You can set up work areas and say, I want you to collect sticks in this area, and they'll automatically go do that. For the time being, we are going to look at production. We've already got a campfire. We've already got a crafter, but we are going to set up a skins dryer because we were going to need that for both clothing and to repair our tents because over time they will degrade. So we need 4 sticks for that. We've got 2 in here. We can hit the little tab key here and get a view and see what's around us if we want, or you can just find a tree and click on it. Find sticks on the ground near it almost always. Click gather. And now you see we've now got a 67% workload balance. And they are active tasks. So that's within their capabilities. They're going to go ahead and gather the sticks for us. Now there's certain tasks that your children will be able to complete, and others that they won't until they've grown to adults. Gathering sticks and berries and stuff they'll do. Um, they will take things to your skins dryer or your food dryer. And as you complete tasks and your people get knowledge, Eventually, you'll get enough points and you can come into the tech tree and you can unlock things like composite tools, slings, food drying. You can train dogs that'll help you hunt and help protect your settlement because you will have animals that will come and attack you. There will be cave lions or wolves that'll come in here and venture near your little village here, and they will attack you and kill your people if you're not careful. So eventually, as you progress, you're going to want to wall off your village here. Now, the other thing I want to see up here is we've got how much food we have, how many tools. We got one wooden harpoon for a fishing, 4 spears, 4 knives. Now, obviously, you need the spears for hunting, and you also need the knives because after you hunt, you have to butcher the animal and then bring it back and store it and dry it and cook it. Your people will automatically start cooking. Right now, this is set for bread, but we don't have bread. We won't unlock that until we unlock farming and can start harvesting grain. It also shows how much fuel it has and the condition it's in. All right, so our people have collected our sticks. They brought them back here. We now have 6 sticks. So we are going to build in our production menu a skins dryer. Now let's figure out where we want to put that. For right now, I think I'm going to set up one right there. Actually, I'm going to build 2 of them. And we're at 17%. Let's find some more sticks. Here's some sticks right here close to home. And we're going to have them collect sticks too. Now also you're going to notice that there are resources on the ground that you can pick up by hand, like the stone, and other ones that are going to require mining technology in order to do. Some of them by the river. Here we got some flax we can't do anything with yet. We got a cherry tree nearby. Once that's ripe, we can harvest that, as well as a pear tree. You'll also find, here we got a megalith. We're not ready for that. Some more stones. Here we go. We have flint on the ground. We can use that for making tools eventually. And once we get advanced enough, you will find places where you can mine iron ore, copper, tin will be around here. Here's some tin ore. And once you start collecting those, once you get far enough up in the tech tree here, eventually you can start making different types of stuff. You see here bronze sword, iron sword, steel sword. Eventually we'll be getting into animal husbandry and so on. One of the first things I generally like to unlock is composite tools, because once you start hunting, you're going to be getting all kinds of bones, leftover bones, and so those are a real easy way to make some rel minor upgrade to your wood spears and stuff. But you know, you're going to have a whole bunch of them from hunting, so you will be not in short supply of bones for bone tools. All right, see our people down here now. All right, so when you build this, this automatically gets set up to auto produce, which is fine. I'm going to shut that off, but they'll automatically bring it over, just like they do that here. Another one of the first things I like to unlock is food drying, because it'll allow you to preserve your food for longer before it goes bad. I also am going to want to build a storage tent, because my 2 little tents here are not going to hold stuff for very long, and I'm going to want to build a rock pile. So I'm going to set a rock pile. Let me find a place here where it'll let me. We'll put the rock pile right there. And then for a storage tent, I'm going to need 8 sticks and 4 hides. So we're going to go ahead. We'll put the storage tent right here close by. Now you can take these down and move them. I'll probably move this guy, make it more of a grid type pattern perhaps. We're gonna auto shut that off. Let's see what we got for. Oh, and your people, when they get tired, so you can look at your people, or you can click on them here, and you can see what their health is, what they're carrying, if they're clothed, nutrition, hydration. They'll automatically come over here and get something to drink. Um, if they're cold, their stamina, if they need sleep, they'll automatically come in here and sleep when they get tired. You can force them to do stuff. Generally not a good idea because then they'll start getting cranky. Um, but we're gonna need some more sticks. Go grab that stick. And we're gonna send these guys over here and grab these. Oh, see, jumped right up 233%. And we have no fuel, so that means when this runs out, no fire, can't cook. But that'll be corrected as soon as they get this. Now, once you're able to um, unlock composite tools, you can gather some flint, get an axe, and then you'll be able to chop down trees. Different types of trees have all kinds of different resources. This one here, you'll see eventually you'll be able to collect tannin. That'll be important for when you start taking your hides and turning them into leather. There's different fruiting trees that you can harvest. In the fall, there's nut trees that you can harvest. All to try to keep your people fed. Now, another thing I want to do once these guys start gathering all this stuff here, once these hides are completed, they'll build my storage hut. But I also am going to want to produce some more fishing spears because it's springtime and this is the ideal time to do some fishing. 5 knowledge to unlock any of the good stuff. Okay, so if you notice up here, this is red. That is because we have 7 people, but only enough housing for 6. You can also look in there, you can see how male, female children, male, female adults, senior citizens. Later on, you'll actually be able to see how many pregnant females you have as well, so you'll know if your population's being continuing to grow. So once those guys do that, also we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna overwork these guys a little bit, but we're gonna go ahead and put another tent there. Also, eventually here you're gonna have spiritual stuff. You'll need to create totems and megaliths. Your people will pray to them. That will help with their when you go in here, you see their morale. They'll go and pray, and it'll boost their morale. Yeah, so you got even the children are helping out. They're gathering stuff. They can't carry much. They're basically just their clothing, and yeah, one little thing. But got here service tree. Let's zoom out. Let's see what's around us here. We got some boars over here, reindeer, ancient bison. And the animals will migrate as well. We got wild horses up. There's a cave lion, and the colors basically telling you the threat level, how dangerous it's going to be if you go after that or get near it. I mean, right now, if I sent these guys to hunt a mammoth, they would do it, and they would probably not come back, or at least several of them wouldn't. Aurochs. Okay, so here's an old male, right? As opposed to an adult male. Just like in real life, pack of wolves that are going to go after the young or the old. So this will be easier to hunt than this. If there was adolescent ones, those would be the easiest to hunt. But the one thing you got to be careful for is if you have a herd of mammoths or whatnot, buffalo, and you go after an adolescent, you might take it out, but the adults are going to come after you. Um, unpause. Why am I paused? There we go. And they will come after you and attack you and try to defend their young. So it is still a dangerous prospect even to go after the weaker ones. All right, let's see our skins here. Those are almost done, 95%. Later on, when you get these set up, you can also decide what gets stored in what things. And much further down the line, you'll actually have more than one type of storage. You'll have like your standard storage, and then you can have like a food storage where it'll just keep strictly food in there. All right, so now you see that the skins are done. They're dried. You can tell looking at them, and they'll come over and collect those automatically and probably bring them right over to our storage tent here. We need one more stick. Get me a stick. And you can see our workload is now dropped down to 50%. We're balanced. We're not telling them to do too many things at once. Occasionally you have to, but eventually, once you get more people, you'll be able to get more done and not have to worry about overworking them, as long as you don't go too crazy. You see our this guy here, or girl, whatever, adult woman, is cooking. You can see down here in the little corner, and you click on him, it's cooking. She's got a raw meat. She's cooking. She's carrying a spear and a bit face knife. This guy over here, woman over here, getting some water, drinking. See, it's starting to go up on the hydration level there. Eventually, you will be able to create containers and you can gather water from the river, or you can have a well where you can set it up so your people automatically will gather water. There's several different things you can get from the river aside from just fish. You can get the water, obviously, which requires pottery, and you can also extract mud. They'll go over and collect mud so that when you get upgraded houses, you'll be able to create thatching, and you'll be able to make like stone house type things somewhere around here in the there's pottery. You'll be able to get sledge making, well digging. There we go, thatching. So you'll be able to make huts and stuff instead of having hide tents. And those huts will have uh, like these are unheated, but when you start getting the higher level housing, they'll be heated inside. All right, we need one more hide for that, and we do have a raw. Oops, see, that's the problem with not doing that. We have a raw skin in here, and I didn't think about it. And all right, is there some food around here? Because my people be hungry. There's a mouflon. I'm gonna tell them to hunt. And you see these guys here. Yep, he's going after it. This guy's kind of wandering around. Oh, he's joining the hunting party. That'll give us some more skin. That'll give us, for the dryer, we'll get some meats. I really want to get some more harpoons so I can do some fishing because we can still fish in the summer and so on, but I like to do it early. We're gonna go over here and we're gonna tell, yeah, that jumped us right up on the workload. But they're not doing it. The kids ain't doing anything. She's eating. So they need to get, oh, I missed the hunt. I missed the hunt. My bad. We'll get the next one. All right, so now you see him down there cleaning. And that's what we can extract. 3 meat, 2 hides, 1 bone. There's also, since it's spring, there's lentils. We can't do those yet. I'm trying to find raspberry. That'll probably, there's berry bushes around the place that you can collect from too. You can send your people pretty much as far as you want to. It just might take forever. This is actually a very, very big map. Um, and they might actually starve before they get there and back. So you got to be mindful of that. Um, they will stop sometimes um, when they're roaming around when you send them to do stuff. If they come across like say a berry bush over here, they'll stop and feed themselves. Um, but they don't always seem to do that. For some reason, yeah, it's weird. Maybe it's just a glitch when I was playing one time, or yeah, I'm not sure, but it was not working out well for me when I would send them far away. All right, we're collecting more sticks. Okay, so here you see this guy's bringing the meat. Sorry, woman's bringing the raw meats back. Then you can see the other resources are here. You got the bone and the raw skins for processing. So that'll help us build our tent. And once these guys get back with the stick too, I'm going to tell them that I would like for them to build me. What do we got? One. Let's do 3. We'll have 4. How many adults? We got 2, 4, 5 adults. And when you set up a work order to go fishing, it's say well she doesn't. They're not carrying anything. This guy here's got a spear and a bit face. They'll come over to whatever the storage is, and they'll swap out their tool, and then they'll you know go fishing or whatever. If Vorab here decides he's carrying both. Um, see, this guy's hungry. Nutrition's a little low. What do we got? Oh, see here we got a pear tree. Collect some pears, and we've transitioned now into summer. This guy's going to go feed himself, going to get raw meat. Tell them to process that Mouflon skin so we can get some more dried hides and finish building our other tent as well as our storage tent. Let's send somebody. I want you to collect pears and cherries, please. Yeah, see, got all the pears there. Okay, now this guy here, he's heading over to the crafter. He's gonna make those. He's gonna make a harpoon for me so I can do some fishing. You see now up here, we're up to knowledge 3. We're gaining knowledge. We need 5 to unlock some of these. I might actually go with the food dryer first, so I can start drying some of my food. Not sure. Food dryer or bone tools. It's Not sure which one I want to go with first. Yeah, you see one of the kids brought skin over here. They got to bring another one still. This one's almost dry. Hopefully they'll take it over here and not over here. Let's look at our workload. A little high, but they'll get it done. So see, we got them collecting pears, cherries. They're drying skins, and their pending tasks here. Our storage tent and our tent, because they're waiting on the resources to build those. We got another nearby tree. We'll go ahead and send somebody to collect that too. Never hurts to have enough food. What do we got going on? Now you also notice in the rivers here, like you see where this is raised up, that's like a ford, an area where you can walk across it. Otherwise, they'll swim. At a later point in the game, when you get far enough along, you can actually build bridges so it's quicker for them to cross. Here we go. Here's some blueberry bushes. Send somebody to collect that as well. And since they're going over there, I might as well have them collect that. Why not? Why not? They're a little overworked, but they'll get over it. Yeah, now they've got all the resources. You'll see now our storage tent is now in an active task, and they're going to start building that. You can set a priority for them or cancel construction as well when you click on them. Oh, you'll notice up here too, fishing tools. We've got 4 harpoons now. Our guy down here is complete. These guys are going to collect the berries and fruits I told them to, and then we will have them do a little fishing. We got some animals wandering in here. There's a megaloros. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try to say that. Megaloros, ancient deer animal that no longer exists. We'll call it that. Now, see, these guys here, you'll notice now that it's summer, they're not, they don't have any clothing attached to them anymore. I mean, they're wearing like a loincloth or whatever. They're not just roaming around naked. But now that it's hot out, they've gotten rid of their winter clothing. Once you start getting a little further along in processing, and you'll start collecting tannins and get into leather making, you'll actually, in here, you'll go ahead and you'll create leather outfits, and your people will switch between them depending on the season. So in the summer, they'll wear lighter weight summer clothes, and in the winter, they'll wear the heavier weight winter clothes. Um, but for now, since they don't have the summer clothes, they're just going shirtless. And see, our storage tent over here is almost complete. Got a couple people working on it. These guys are getting some water. Somebody's collecting that. You can see the progress on that, and it's collected. One of the kids is doing some work. Yeah, see, I'm not sure that those are how that's working there. He's gonna wash all his berries away. Um, what else do we need for this? We need 2 for that. Those 2 will finish that up, and that'll get started on that. You see, we do have some flint in here. Some of this was like stuff we started with because I haven't told them to collect any. Um, but when they do collect that stuff, it'll be here in the rock pile here and in the wood pile. You can do auto storage. So say you just want one just for flint or stone, copper, iron, what have you. You can set up individual ones and say for each resource if you want to. I don't generally do that. If I need more, I'll just throw a couple in there. I don't generally stockpile large amounts of that stuff unless I'm specifically building towards something. Um, Wood, I try to just because we need it for fuel. And it's always nice to have on hand. What do we got here? We got some boars, some little boars. Later on, you'll notice down here this is capture. Once you unlock it, you can actually capture um, the young boars or wolves, um, mouflons, goats, what have you, and you can start getting into animal husbandry, and you'll capture them from the young ones and be able to set up little stable things and have pigs and sheep, and you'll get wool, um, goat milk, and what have you, cattle. With the wolves, when you see a pack of wolves and they got young ones, you'll be able to capture them, and they'll become dogs. If you look over here, it's one of the first things you can do. Dog training, domestication, and then training. So domestication means you can capture them and they'll become dogs, and they will roam around your settlement and help protect it. Now, when you train them, they'll actually help you hunt. So when I select on a say one of these mega things, uh, the people that join the hunting party, they'll dogs will follow along with them and help run the uh, the animal down. All right, so that's done. They ought to bring that over and build that up here. And so what we're going to do now is we're going to tell these guys, I want you to do some fishing. You can also click and double click and select sections of the river instead of doing them individually like I just did. But old man Vorab is going to the bank. He's going to do some fishing. And we got our tent being built over here. We got plenty of clothes for our 7 people. These guys are rusting. Okay, so here's our storage tent. Now, currently we got some fruit and some berries in there. You can also set up what you want to have in it as far as clothing, tools, materials, food and drink, the whole nine. And like I said, once you get further along and you upgrade these, you can have them where food is in its own separate food storage. You'll see, let's see here, storage. You got storage hut, granary, warehouse. This will be like when you'll just put food in there. You won't keep regular things. That way you free up some space. But you gotta get through there and unlock that haystack. That'll be once you have animal husbandry and you start farming, and you'll collect the straw and the hay or whatever, and that's what you'll use in the winter to feed the animals that you have um, in your barns. You see them down here fishing. Now we're up to 4. We just need a little bit more knowledge to unlock these. I'll probably do the food dryer first, just so we're getting halfway through summer, and I want to do a little bit of hunting, and I also want to be able to, you'll dry both, when you hunt, you can dry the meat, and you can also dry the fish as well. Probably want to collect some more wood too here eventually. Some flint over there, some berries. Now, if I send these guys over here to collect these berries, these guys are going to run away more often than not. If they're a cave bear, cave lion, wolves, hyenas, there's packs of hyenas that'll roam around. They might not. It depends on how hungry they are. They might try to eat you. So keep that in mind. That's why the little uh, God mode infrared thing's nice, so you can see what you're creeping up on. You see, now they're storing their spears there because they traded them out for fishing spears. Also, as you upgrade your tents, you will get more storage in them. Obviously, they'll hold more people. Um, Once you unlock thatching and stuff, you don't have to like knock it down and rebuild it. You just do this, and they'll break it down and start building up the next level of building. Let's see if this guy's gonna run away or not. Oh, there he goes. There he goes. These guys will probably, if we get too close, they'll probably take off as well. They don't seem overly concerned about. Oh, there they go. So, doing some fishing. What do you got going? Oh, she's caught 2 fish. Now, the other nice thing too about unlocking bone tools is when you can start making bone knives. So you're not reliant on being able to find. They're a little bit better than the bit face, but you're not reliant on having to find flint in order to make the bit face. There also, you'll notice up here, there's different levels. Like these bit faces just got a 1 star for everything. Once you start unlocking um, some of these other ones here, they get better at doing that, makes it quicker, and so on. All right, so we got our tent done. This guy's just hanging out. What we're gonna do now is, I do want to unlock that, but let's find something relatively easy to hunt. I guess we'll go with the boars. We're gonna just say hunt all of those. Vorab's getting, yep, going after the boar. You see them bringing the fish over here. Hopefully after we hunt this boar, that should unlock level 5 knowledge, or 5 knowledge points, I mean. And then I think we'll do the food dryer. We'll set up a food dryer like over here or something, somewhere nearby. And that way we can start drying, because we're almost done with summer up here. Fall is about upon us. And that's the other thing I want to do about this is I want the hides, because I want to dry some more hides out and make some spare clothing so that we don't run out in the winter and nobody freezes. Oh, we got knowledge off the fishing right there. Thank you, Merid. This guy's tired. All right, so we're gonna go up here to knowledge. Now you see we've unlocked these level 5s. You can see where they connect here. Sometimes you gotta unlock things beforehand. Uh, I don't generally use slings. I don't find them overly useful. The only reason I ever unlock it is because I want to get to archery, or because you need a certain amount of these to unlock this. So this needs 15 points, but you also have to unlock some of these before it even gives you that option, basically. I'm going to go with food drying first. We've unlocked food drying. Food dryer unlocked. Yay. Cured meat and fish. All right. This guy is very tired. He's trying to chase him down, but I got a feeling he's going to give up. Animals will escape. If they run far enough away from you, you'll get a little notification. Boar escaped right there. Called that. And yeah, she just gave up and said, no, not going to do it. Yeah, very low stats. Stamina's non-existent from all that running. I don't even know. Did we even get anybody? We got this guy being hunted here. Oh, we got a cave lion. They will come and try to steal um, your food, by the way, which is exactly what this guy's doing. Don't even chase that one. We got a mammoth. He's just gonna eat all of my food, ain't he? That is unacceptable. You can also select on people and say go after, like, yeah. Uh, Drag and select with the left mouse and then right uh, click on the target, and they will. We're going to send them to do that. Sometimes I don't remember exactly what the requirement is, but sometimes they won't. Oh, I never mind. I do know what it is. So I forgot to even go into this setup. So in your management menu, it unlocks a separate menu here. You can look at stats, resources, limits. If you're within your limits for a set resource, they won't do it. So say, let's see, we've got 100 uh, limit for meat. We want 100 units of meat. We got 10 for fish. I'm not that. Do that. We'll say 50. Yeah, we'll say 100. Oh, and you can also set it as a percentage of the population. We'll say 100. Um, but we're going to change our limits on that also. Uh, but if you say you've got too many skins or too many bones or whatever, sometimes they won't bother. They won't bother to collect or harvest it. I'm gonna up this here too because I want some of that. And like right here, we got infinite for once we unlock these animals. Once you start getting cattle and donkeys and horses, they can pull plows when you get to farming. But by forcing them, somebody will come over here and do this. They might have not done it because that cave lion was moving in. These guys getting a little bit close to my settlement. I'll have to watch them around the young ones. All right, so we need some more sticks because we're gonna need firewood also. So we're gonna tell them to gather some sticks there. Oh, the sticks are back over here. Tell them to gather that. The next thing I want to do is I want to build that food dryer. So we're going to go into our production menu or find a food dryer. We need 10 sticks for that. And I guess we'll just put it right here for now. We can move it later. We're about to cross into fall here as well. I want to find something else I can do some hunting with because the boars just did not work out for us very well. Did not work out very well at all for us. Yeah, this lady here, I think she's gonna go harvest that boar that we did manage to get. But nope, he's just drinking. I thought that cave lion was gonna go over there and eat it all. Hopefully he doesn't go over there and eat her, because that would be unfortunate. Okay, so now we've entered fall. You'll see here we've got some different, there's emmer, there's some einkorn. Once we unlock grain processing and harvesting, we'll be able to harvest the wild grown stuff like that. Um, and then we'll also eventually we'll be able to build our own fields of it, on barley fields and wheat fields and so on. We got barley over here, and there's some barley over there. Here we go. There's a chestnut tree. So now that we're in fall, the berry bushes and the fruit trees are not producing anymore. But for a limited time here, we'll be able to collect things like chestnuts. Like we got a chestnut here. We'll collect that because it's close to home. probably look over here. There's an einkorn. There's a chestnut. We'll collect that one too. Oh, there's two of them. Collect both of those. Get them. I want to get some more. Zoom out here a little bit. Okay. Gather these sticks as well, please. I really would like to. I got 5 fishes. I still got some. Oh, we do have a raw one. We'll set that up in a minute. I wish something like some goats or some mouflons would come back by. Once you start getting into winter, the animals will diminish the amount that are around. They'll either go into hibernation or they migrate away or what have you. It's generally a good way to find some though is when you're setting up and you're near a lake or a river because they're always going to come to drink just like you do. If you click on this mammoth here, you'll see they've got the same stuff you do. They got health, they got nutrition, hydration, and stamina. Stamina, like once you start having dogs helping you hunt, that'll come into play because your people might not be able to chase it down, but the dogs will run them until they can't run anymore, and then your people can go ahead and finish them off there. If we had some better weapons, I really don't want any of my people to get hurt right at the moment. But we could go after this old mammoth. But I don't know that I want to chase him down with 4 wooden spears. Maybe we will. I'll get a little more because we got 6 adults. Wait, what was that there? Yeah, see, here's when you go into the stats, the welfare of your people, not doing super well. This is affected, like it says right there, clothing, food surplus, and then here's also the prestige of your village. Let me see if make me a couple more wood spears, please. I don't know if I'm gonna have enough sticks. I know that's empty, but they're gonna go collect these here. 333%. They're going to be very unhappy with me, but I need sticks because winter is coming and we are running out of time. This guy keeps hanging around over here. Once I get a couple more spears, we might just go take our chances with them. They'll produce mammoths are obviously the biggest game that there is, and they'll give you lots of hide and meat. Got our food dryer coming along nice. Once that's built, they'll. So here you can see. I guess I haven't touched on this with the. Here's the berries, but with the fish, you'll see those are each of the 5 fish that we have, and that health bar, I guess, whatever you want to call it. That's once that runs out, that's when it goes bad, and it's no longer edible. Um, Everything's got a lifespan on it. You see the berries do as well. Um, so now our food dryer is set up. You can see here it's automatically operating for to dry fish and to cure meat. I'm going to leave that set up so they just automatically do that because I'm always going to want them to do that. And it can do several, up to 6 pieces of meat or fish at a time that it'll dry. Where did... Oh, there he is. Oh, see, they're already, this kid here already did it. Now notice they've upgraded, they've switched to their winter clothing. They put their skins outfits back on because we're in the fall now and it's starting to get cold. Kids here are putting the meat on the dryer, getting it all preserved. Got two more there. Let's see that. Okay, I'm gonna just tell this to do that. And let them collect the rest of these sticks over here because we're gonna need some firewood. And somebody's gonna go ahead and make those spears here eventually. Yeah. Going to get sticks. See, and then they got put some fishies on there, got some meats on there. And yeah, down here you can see the percentage it's cured. Once it's cured, they'll take it down automatically, store it in either one of the tents or in the storage hut, and then they'll, since I've got it set to auto, they'll go ahead and put whatever uncured stuff we have, like the rest of these fish here, um, on there and automatically get it going. Like I said before, the reason I don't auto do the hides, I mean, you could here at the beginning. Once I start making leather, I don't want them to just automatically start making dried skins necessarily. I might want to use them for different stuff. We got to get into oh, somewhere in here is where you start collecting tannin. I don't remember where now. Oh, here we go. It's right at the beginning. So yeah, I set up a tanner and want to make them into leather, or maybe I have my storages set up to hold certain things and I don't want to fill it up with one or the other. Oh, still collecting a whole bunch of sticks. Collect faster. It does look, somebody did, yeah, somebody made a spear for us there. You just keep hanging out there, mammoth. We'll take care of you in a second. We'll take care of you in a second. As long as everybody's not too sleepy. You can also force them sorta to do to, like, say this this woman here is tired, and you can like force them to go to the tent like I just did, kind of on accident actually. But yeah, you can right click on the tent and then it says going to tent. Now, granted, well, no, she wasn't going to that tent. I was gonna say if this was empty, she might have already been going there to store that. Except no, she wouldn't have because those are sticks. She would have been taking them there. So I'm gonna send her to the wood pile. She'll drop it off and then she'll go find an empty spot to take a nap. Alright, looks like we have, okay, she's gonna make a spear. The last couple sticks are being collected. She's gonna go take a nap real quick. What do we got up here? We still got some bit faces. We still got vegetables. You can hover over this and it will show raw and dried amounts on the top left there. Oh my God, everybody's tired. Get some Z's. Yeah, you can sometimes collect and see the people in there crafting. And get a wooden spear on there. Looks like our fish and meat's about halfway done. This guy's A little over halfway done. We don't have any more hides. We really need to get some more hides here in a second. We're about halfway through the fall. All right, we're at 0 workload. Okay, let's find something to hunt. We got a donkey. That's going to run away pretty quick. But let's live life a little dangerously and go after the big game with our sticks. Maybe. Everybody's still sleeping. Stop sleeping. Stop sleeping. All right. Yeah, see, he's going to go trade in the fishing harpoon for a wooden spear there. So we can do some hunting. He's going to go join up with the hunting party. Going after mammoth. Yeah, see, they're all joining up there. See if they're, yep, okay. I was wondering if they were going to be smart enough to actually walk across or if they were going to take their time and swim like a bunch of idiots, but it appears that they're going to do things the easy way for a change. Here. Yeah, see now they're crouched down, he's sneaking up on them. Once you unlock the dogs to help you hunt, they'll sneak as well to try to get as close as they can. And see now we've angered this guy. And we've got to really knock down his health before he kills us. Oh, see, he's injured now. Come on, peeps. You can do it. There we go. See, we got this mammoth here. Old male. 11 meat, 7 skins, and 3 bones. And he'll heal eventually over time. But, yeah, generally, I like to wait until I get slightly better weapons. We kind of unlock more knowledge here. So we can get bone tools or dog domestication. I haven't even seen any wolves roaming around yet. Funerary rites or leather. We're gonna go ahead and upgrade. We're gonna get the bone tools going. Because we are gonna want to do a lot more hunting. And I don't want to continue to do that with wooden spears. See, we got 2 stars for hunting and fighting on the bone spears, and 2 for fishing as opposed to 1 for fishing is the difference between the bone harpoon and the wooden harpoon. So once we unlock bone polishing, we'll be able to do the bone knives. We won't have to mess around with the bit face. Bone sickles, that'll be important for once we're doing some agriculture. You need that to harvest your crops. So we could really go either way. We could go with the tanning, or we can go with the bone polishing. Maybe if we start seeing some wolves roaming around, we might go with dog domestication just to help protect the village and help with the hunting. Because this he's hungry, and he is still hanging around really close to the village. I could send them to take care of that problem, but right after just taking down that mammoth, they might. I don't want anybody to. I don't want to lose any of my few settlers that I have. And besides, he might. Yeah, see that donkey's running away. He could go after something that's over here. And once they're really dangerous, once they start being hungry, that's when they're really dangerous because your food. You are not the top of the food chain. So yeah, see, they're going to keep doing that. How many hides do we have? You'll see here where we collected our nuts. We got what were they, walnuts or something? I forget what one it was. Some kind of nut that we gathered. All right, we are going to set this up because I want a few more. dried hides, and we got plenty of them over here. In fact, I'll probably just queue up a few of them there. We're gonna take this. We're almost winter time. We do have some. We got plenty of sticks. We might gather some more when we get a minute. Um, I think. We do have some dried hides, and we do have 7 for. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna have somebody do some do some clothing making here. And we got a spare one because that stuff will break down too over time, and then you don't want to be caught in the middle of winter without any clothing for your people because they will freeze. What all do we got going on here? Drying fish, drying skins, making an outfit. Uh, um, I also believe we got 5 bones, so I'm gonna have them make a couple upgraded fishing harpoons, and we will also have them make a couple of upgraded bone spears. Why aren't you working, old man? Standing over here daydreaming. Yeah, there we go. Doing some work here. He's making a fishing harpoon. And what we got going on? Okay, see, you'll see here now we've got cured meat and dried fish and dried skins, and these will deteriorate. They just will do so at a slower rate than the raw stuff for obvious reasons. So it's a good idea to get that food dryer set up as soon as possible so you can try to keep as much food as possible over. Oh, hold on a second here. It looks like we have a trader coming to town. I don't think we really have much anything to trade with them currently. We'll see what they got and what we have. We don't really have a large stockpile of anything at the moment. Traders will show up and they'll hang out at your campfire there. Later on, they'll come bring in sledges and whatnot. Couple bones, some dried stuff, some pulses, meat, leather, logs. Yeah, we don't really have anything that I need or want at the moment. Anyway, so yeah, you're gonna want to get food because in the winter, um, the animals are gonna be harder to find. You can see the stock of fish from where I fished earlier is still only at 57%. There's also the mud amount for when you harvest mud for making more advanced houses with thatched roofs and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I could send somebody to fish there again. Say they got 3 fish the first time, they'll probably only get like 1, maybe 2, depending on what the level is. Like this here, probably might get 1. Um, that'll be 100% by come spring, which is kind of why here we just switched over to winter. Um, so I generally like to, yeah, here goes clothing, talking about wool and skins, leather and linen for the different seasons. I like to do the fishing first thing in the spring if I can, to give the the river time to replenish the fish, and if possible, maybe I can even do some more fishing in the fall. Once you start farming, you gotta kind of balance it because you're gonna have fields, and the first thing your people are gonna want to do with the moment spring hits is go over and they're gonna want to start planting your crops. If you got a whole bunch of fields or a bunch of really large fields, that's going to take some time. And if you're sending them all to fish and they do that before they do that, then you might not get the stuff planted that you want, or you might not get the fishing done that you want. It really is kind of a balance you have to go for on, do you want to have dried fish supplies or do you want to get those crops in or what have you. So what do we got going on here? So, okay, he's making the skins outfit, taking a nap, drying some fish, making clothes. All right, so we do still have some animals around here. Um, at the moment, we could. There's a. I think it's a woolly rhino. We could try to get some of these just so we have some more stuff on hand. Yeah, they're taking off to go get it done. We have 9. It's doing its thing. Those are doing its thing. 14 sticks will be all right for a moment. We're at 3 knowledge. It looks like we've only. Oh, okay, so sometimes when you're hunting bigger game, they'll send more than one person after something. Like you see these other pending because there's 2 people that are hunting are both going after the same animal. I would have liked to see some more. I'd like Vorab here to stop being a bum and oh my God, we're not gonna. I should have just sent them after the little ones. Come on, boys and girl. Yeah. Yes, and I'll see these guys here. They're gonna completely run out of stamina before this guy does, and so then they're just not gonna catch that guy. Yeah, see, he escaped. So that was a complete waste of their energy. I'm just gonna cancel this. They're not gonna pull that off. Too far away. This guy, Ancient Bison, a little more dangerous, but honestly, with only 7 people, um, you just pick and choose. You're not gonna select a whole herd like that. That was kind of silly. Uh, Once you start getting big numbers of people, you got 40, 50, 100 people in your settlement there, and you see a herd of a dozen reindeer or something, you just block select them like I did with those mega things, and you'll have a whole bunch of people will come chase them down. You'll have the dogs chasing them down. The dogs will attack them as well, and you'll really be able to take on entire herds like that and get darn near every one. Um, as opposed to just 2 people hunting. Like, see, this guy here, he's oh, there's 2 people going, but I only see the one. The other one's probably, I don't know. We'll see if this guy survives this encounter, because oh, this is the guy that got hurt earlier too. He's not even at full health. This might be a. I see. I selected those other 2 that were coming back and told them to go after this bison, because Turek here might not have survived that if I hadn't, because luckily those 2 were close by. Okay, so Adult male bison, we're going to get 6 meat, 4 hides, and 2 bones. Um, we do have some more dried. Okay, we're going to make another outfit. We do have. Okay, so now that we've both got both wooden spears and bone spears, now you can see when you hover over here the breakdown of how many of each different kind you have. Um, they'll just grab whatever. I think they generally, yeah, I don't really know that I've ever noticed them differentiating because I've had both, and they just, it's not like I've never noticed them grabbing the best thing. Like if I had a steel spear versus an iron spear, maybe they do. I've not paid that close attention, I guess, but I have noticed them using um, the lesser of the tools when there was better tools to have grabbed from the tent. So I'm not sure what the thought process is on that, how they make that decision, if it's just whatever's close by or how that works exactly. Um, all right, look in our tent here. Okay, so we got 12 raw, 7 cured, 1 raw, 5 cured, plenty of spears for what we have, plenty of fishing tools for what we have. Either our vegetables and berries and fruit stuff have eaten or they went bad. Probably went bad. I didn't notice. There was probably an alert down at the bottom left there. Sticks, flint, bone. Those are being processed. We're actually going to tell them to do some more since we just got that what was that, ancient bison, or yeah, ancient bison that we just took. Yeah, they're making the stuff they need to make, and I'm going to have them go ahead and collect some more sticks as well, um, since we don't have a whole lot going on. Yeah, this guy's carrying it over, getting the food dry. We're sitting pretty good for 7 people as far as having food on hand. I mean, you can see we're already almost halfway through winter. Oh, here's an ibex. That's a goat. If you get the little ones, I think it's a goat. Yeah, because I think mouflons are the sheep. When you catch the little ones, those would be goats. I'm gonna tell him to hunt that too, since he's right there. Why not? I'm actually kind of surprised that there's so many. I mean, we are right by the river, but a lot of times when I've played, pretty much all the animals disappear when it gets to wintertime. I mean, they're there, but they're like too far away to bother sending your people after. I guess I picked a good spot this time. Kind of been a little bit of a valley here. Plenty of trees, some flat land. Okay, now we're also. Oh, we unlocked some more knowledge. I'm gonna skip over slings. I'm gonna go with composite tools. So we'll be able to create flint axes, um, because I want to start being able to cut down trees as well. And this will make it so that we can create bone knives, which will be handy because these are not going to last forever, the 4 that we started with, and they're just. Oh, hold on, what did I do there? Oh no, I gotta go. Oh, that's my bad. That's my bad. Well, we can still do the flint axe, which is important. I thought we could do the bone knives, but no, we gotta upgrade. That's okay. That's okay. Um, oh, got knowledge for our first hunting of an ibex. That's probably another thing I should Um, you can do primal vision from here too. Another thing I should mention, go into manage. Um, you can see your stats there. You can see resources. Um, the limits I've already showed you. That's defense. You can alert everybody. You can set how many you want. So the thing with this is you can have 100% of your people, men and women, defend your village if you want. Not generally smart because if you're trying to grow your population, maybe you got some pregnant women. You don't want them out there fighting, and then if they die, then you don't have the children also. So it's generally better just keep that limited. But if you do this, say um, some raiders or whatever show up. Also, the gates later on when you build walls, you can open and close the gates for your defense. Text. This is the one I was trying to. Oh no, it's not. That's obviously another way to bring that up. But if you go to here to more, you can look at your domestic animals, their ages, where they're at. Oh, you also can see if they're in, if they need shelter, if they're in a barn, because when winter comes, they need to be, they need to have a barn and you need to have a hay. You can see the charts for how things are going here. Um, tasks, we already know that one. That's just another way to access it. So here's knowledge progress. This is what I was looking for. So knowledge progress, like when we just hunted that ibex there and it gave us a point. The more you do a task, the uh, more knowledge you get. So like we got 3 tents. When I build 5, that will give me a point. That'll upgrade my knowledge. We've hunted 1 mammoth. That was worth 2 knowledge. We've hunted 2 boars. We've hunted 1 bison, 1 ibex, 1 mouflon. These are the other animals, and we haven't hunted any of them yet. That's why they're there. But then the faded out ones are ones that don't exist yet. As you advance, and these ones stop being a thing, some of these other ones will open up. So like right now we have cave bears. Eventually cave bears will go away and we'll have regular bears. Here you can see raiders. You get knowledge for killing raiders, and then domestic animals as well. Down here for gathering resources, making harpoons, making fishing rods later, collecting tin ore, so wool, whatever. All of those things will progress and give you more knowledge and enable you to come in here and unlock more things. Now, generally, in we briefly touched on the raiders there. They're not gonna come at you right off the bat here, but once you start advancing through the ages, event I think once you get maybe to the Neolithic age or the Copper Age, one of the two, I don't recall. I think it's when you get to the Neolithic age. When you finally go, like, say I'm gonna advance Mesolithic. I click on that. I work my way through. I get however many points are needed to unlock what I need to get to the Neolithic age. One of these ones in here will actually give you a warning saying, "Hey, um, you're probably there's going to be raiders and stuff now, so be prepared before you advance to this age because it's not just going to be animals you have to contend with type thing." It might, I don't remember, maybe we'll see when we get there. It might even suggest, hey, have you built a wall around your settlement yet? Because you might want to, or you're in for a rough time. Now, when you're on some of the harder settings, this is just the um, basic difficulty, low level difficulty here. When you get to some of the higher difficulties, then yeah, there can be where they'll hit you right off the bat. We're almost through winter here. We are curing meat. All of our fish that we've had are dried. Okay, so I'm gonna send. Here's what I'm gonna do too. We'll finish this up. I'm gonna send a couple people to gather flint. You can see here this is a finite resource. There's 10 in there. just surface resource. Same with the stone. There's one stone there. Um, they'll gather whatever, maybe one or two, whatever they can carry, take it back to the to our stone storage, and then I can send somebody to get more if I want to. But we're going to have them gather some flint for us here because nobody's really doing much in the way of work because I've not given them any jobs. And then we're gonna have them make a couple of flint axes. We need sticks and flint for that, and we're gonna have them make, we'll say, 4 flint axes. I am not gonna bother wasting my time gathering flint to make spears. I might make some picks if I wanted to start mining, but I'm not gonna start mining just yet. But as you can see, the bone spear has 2-star hunting, 2-star fighting, and so does the flint spear. It just seems like an extra unneeded step. If this was more advanced, if it was better at doing its thing, okay, I'll take the time to gather flint and make a flint spear. But since I'm already going to be hunting the animals, and this is just an automatic byproduct, is bone from when I process them, why take the extra step? The only reason I'm making the axes is because I can't make a bone axe to chop the trees down, so I don't have much of a choice. The same goes for when I'm farming and I do the sickles or with the bone knives. Why? I'm going to have so much bone on hand, it just doesn't make any sense. They're going to be um, the same star rate, if I remember correctly, and I'm already going to have those uh, materials on hand, and it's going to do just as good a job. So why waste my flint on that when I'm going to just have basically, if you're not using it to make that, it's just a waste product and it's taking up space. So, yep, he's building his axes. Once I get some axes built, okay. So yeah, see, this guy got he's down to 7 of 10 now. He collected some flint there. This guy's collecting flint. Um, not in the storage because I believe this guy just, or maybe it's um. I don't want. You can't really choose on the houses what they put in there. You can empty the contents, but I don't want them to put materials in there. I don't think. I think that's actually we'll just leave it like that because that might include bones, and I do want them to store those somewhere. Um, Almost done with winter, so we're gonna wrap this up here for pretty soon. We are okay. We got that done. How many? We do have some raw ones though, so we'll go ahead and say make me a couple more. All right, now you see we do have some flint from our little harvesting expedition that is in our rock pile. It looks like we got somebody in the crafting area making another axe. Um, Now, I did, last thing we'll touch on here before we finish the year out is like I did mention the different types of trees. When you start producing leather and you're going to need that tannin, and you can only get those from certain trees like the oak trees, you want to be somewhat selective about which ones you're going to chop down. Like the beech tree doesn't really do much besides give me wood, so I'm going to tell them to chop down a couple beech trees. Um, but if you're going to need those tannins, I don't want to necessarily cut those down um, because then if I need more, I might have to send people all the way over here to get it instead of right here. All right, so here we go. This is Margle, however you say that guy's name. Anyway, he's got his little axe here. He's going to go chop this tree down, and we have entered spring. Everything is getting green again. Oh, and we've got more people too. I missed that. He's gonna chop that tree down there. We had another child apparently. Two more children. We only had one and one. Somebody must have been knocked up and I missed it. Yeah, you can see the progress there of the tree getting chopped down. Um, the other thing I'm going to do, since we're in the spring, I'm just going to click there and I'm going to say fish. We're going to have some people go do some fishing. And start thinking about what our next bit of knowledge will be. I'll probably do leather. Next. Or we do leather or funerary rites. The thing too, one last thing also on that is um, eventually you do have to have something for them to pray to for the morale, but initially that it doesn't really have an effect. As you start advancing, it'll become a thing. We could probably build like this the skull pole thing here, and we'll go ahead and set it. We'll say like right there. Um, and they'll go ahead and yeah. Now see, he's got a bone harpoon that we made. He's taking care of that. Bone spear. This guy's almost got that tree taken care of. Timber. All right, and we got 4 logs if you count the one he's carrying, and some couple bundles of sticks there. One of the things you're going to want to unlock too once you get there, once you get to the Mesolithic stage, is going to be the sledge. They'll drag it over there, load it up, and carry it, because you can see how slow this guy's going. And if you're hunting or doing some logging any distance away, it'll just take forever for your people to get back with the raw materials that you just collected. So that guy's using a bones harpoon. I was kind of looking to see if anybody decided to go with the old wooden ones, but apparently not, which is fine. I'm all right with that. We'll set that up for some more curing. Okay, so they created our first pole structure, and they got +1 knowledge. And as needed, these people will go over and they'll pray to their computer generated gods, I guess. So yeah, all right. Well, that is a little bit over 1 year getting started in Dawn of Man, and we're doing pretty good. We got our little village growing. We've already grown by 2 people. Got production set up. We got clothing and housing set up, and yeah, we'll go ahead and halt this there and pick back up. Maybe we'll pick back up and do year 2 and do some more advancements in the tech tree next time. So yeah, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.